Welcome back to the channel, guys. So, I'm really excited for today's video. I have a bunch of new trail cameras that I'm going to try out. These are about as budget friendly as I could find. All of these are within like the $40 range-ish. They're all similar, but they're all different. And so, I'm going to set these out, obviously, because I want to track game and stuff like that and start just looking at what is available for this year, what's out there. So obviously I'm going to use it as trail cameras, but I'm also going to test them out. I want to see how they perform, how they work. They're not cell cameras, obviously. They're just standard trail cameras. This one was the more expensive one of all of them. But yeah, there you go. The standard trail cameras. This one has, I think this has the 180 degree view instead of like the maybe 90, something like that. I don't know. But we're gonna try them out. I have 3 of them, and then I also have another camera that I already have out that we're gonna set up. That one doesn't have a card in and it's turned off. But we're gonna set these out and see what we can get. So that's the plan for today's video. So hopefully we might see some deer. I don't know, but maybe see some other wildlife. But we're basically gonna hang out and hopefully have some fun. So let's go set these things out and see what happens. I'm low-key kind of shaking right now. I just saw the biggest deer I've ever seen in person. Like, in a spot that I can hunt. That deer didn't even have tines yet. Mostly his main beam was grown yet. But his main beam wasn't even finished yet. And I kid you not, that thing probably was. I don't know how long the tines are gonna get. I don't know how old he was. But that deer is probably at least, I don't know, 140, 150. Now I get it, like, that's not a 200H deer, but that was a pretty nice buck. I would be happy. Maybe, I don't know, you can't really tell because his tines aren't out yet, but that is a good sign. There was 3 deer. I knew I was gonna bust him out eventually. But he was looking right at me for a little bit. And then they blew and obviously ran. I don't want to do that too much, but had to get this camera in. Alright, done with that camera. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna set up one more camera over here. I don't wanna be here longer than I have to, leave my scent here, whatever. That was insane. That makes me so jacked, bro. I don't know how good if you saw it on camera because I was only recording on my iPhone. But we saw a pretty nice buck. My only issue with this spot is there's some brush here that sometimes blows in the wind and causes the sensor to go off. But I'm gonna get rid of that stalk right there and then, or that. guilty, guys. Raspberries are so good, and there's so many. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. Heading to the next spot. Got one more spot. We're gonna set up 2 cameras there as well. So, let's see if we see any deer there. Honestly, last year I shot my big buck at the other property, but this year I saw that. We can get that guy to come to that exact spot that he was standing when I just saw him. We're sitting pretty good. Also, look at this deer track. Just for reference, hold up. That's my hand. Also, it rained yesterday, so fresh tracks are pretty fresh. So today has been some good sign. Just found out, I was thinking a little bit. I think I figured out what's gonna be the hardest part about this spot that I'm at right now. Obviously I don't know how they are the entire, it could just be this time of the day, because usually when I'm at this spot, it's around this time. It's like in the evening, it's 7:30 right now. But I think the hardest part about hunting this spot is gonna be getting in without getting busted. Because every time I've come in here, not every time, a lot, probably 2 or 3 times, I've busted deer out. So I don't know if this is their, like, where they fed, or if they just go through there. I don't know, but yeah, it's gonna be hard. We'll see how it goes, obviously, like once the season comes, but hopefully we can pattern that deer, and hopefully he's a pretty regular at this spot. Yes, I'm wearing shorts, and yes, I am just praying that I don't get poison ivy. Seeing a lot of deer tracks right now. This camera, I set it up right there. I set it up a little higher. Try to get it out of line of sight of the deer, hopefully, a little bit more. But this one was a little bit cheaper, so it said like a slight glow. And by that, I think it means like I've seen them before where you can't see it in the daylight. In the night, at night, a person, if you go up right to it, you can just see a faint glow. So I wanted to get it up a little bit, so it's out of line of sight as much. So we got one more. I'm gonna set it up on the other side of the property, and then we're done. If you guys are wondering why it's so hazy out here, it's really windy, and this haze is literally the smoke from the wildfires in Canada. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. Almost seems like foggy. You can't really see very far. I can't see 200 yards right now. I can't see that line back there. I can't see if there's deer back there. But oftentimes there is. We'll probably at least bust out a doe or something. But what is going on right now? I just saw a doe and a buck run by. The buck looked decent. It was nothing compared to the other one, but it looked decent. His one side was not nearly as big as the other side. But they didn't even really, I don't think they saw me, and if they did, it was like whatever. They didn't really seem spooked. They were just sort of trotting. There's another little buck out here in the front. What a successful day. That was awesome. I did not expect to see that many deer. I saw 3 at the first property. 2 of them ran right past me on this one. And then I had 2 more out in the field. And then I busted one up behind me. And then farther back, I heard a little fawn crying. Or bleeding, whatever you want to call it. So I total saw 7. Heard more. There's deer everywhere, which is a good thing. First buck I saw. We'll see. Hopefully get better pictures on those cameras. But we'll see. So I'm gonna head out now. I'm hungry. We'll see you guys in probably like a month or so when I go and get these cards out and see what we got. So we'll see you guys then. Folks, it is about exactly 1 month later, and I just pulled the SD cards on all those cameras, so we're gonna look through them. I know for a fact one of them, I set it up weird, in a weird spot. It was on a big highway for deer, but it sort of focused on one of the trees in front of it, and then it didn't get any pictures. But we got 3 other cameras, so let's see what's on those. I'm gonna try to make so that you guys can see. There you go. Alright, this is me setting the camera up.
Ooh.
Alright,
that was quick.
There's a doe. Okay, let's see. How long was that? So
it's 9:30.
I was there at 7:45, and that was there at 9:26 on the same day. No, the next day.
Oh, okay.
So almost a whole day later, there's a doe.
No, that's AM.
Oh yeah, the next morning. There's our first doe. Look, she has a little fawn right there.
Ooh. Bambi, baby.
There's 2.
Kapew.
There's 2.
There was fallow in it.
No, that's a different buck. Look at it.
Is it?
Has more antlers.
Oh, it does. I'm determined this.
There, see, that's a different buck right there. You can see that's a different buck.
Yeah.
You can't really see. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little buck. He's obviously not even close to finishing growing his antlers. See how I set the camera up higher?
Yeah.
And there's no deer looking at it even.
That's sort of how our tree stand is hoping to work.
They're hanging out in there. Oh look, there's eyes right there.
I bet it's a possum. Pretty.
There she comes. There's the little fawns.
Ooh!
Bruh.
Heck yeah, boy!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, is that him? It's not him, is it?
This is a different property.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty nice
Dude, I would shoot that thing any day in my life. Bro.
That's a pretty nice buck.
Heck yeah, what is
I
that?
don't know how old he is for sure, but
He looks like 3 at least.
he looks pretty nice. Let's see if I can get a little better angle. There you can see. Micah, I got another buck.
Coming.
A different one. Look at this guy. This is the guy that I saw in person.
Oh, he's like a little guy. He would be shot by me.
No, he's not. Look at his brow tine. I think this one might have the same sort of genetics as the one I shot. The one I shot had a giant brow tines.
Oh yeah.
And it
had
had not a symmetrical rack, and that's what this one has. That one looks like a 3-year-old probably. So, first SD card was actually a really good spot. I'm glad I left that camera today. I thought about picking it up, but that was a pretty good spot. I had one really nice buck and another one that wasn't very developed, but could turn into something. I don't know. You can't really tell too much right now. But yeah, that was the first camera. On to the next. The next one is the one that I'm looking forward to the most. It's the one where I saw that giant buck when I was setting up the cameras. So, let's see what we got. Alright, let's go in here. SDHC, media. We have, let's see how many photos we have. Are you kidding me?
What?
There's only 32 photos on here.
Seriously? Oh no, did it get the strap the entire time?
No, that was me setting it up.
Okay. Ooh, there's
First
one
photo.
freaking one looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
First
6.
photo.
At least 7 maybe.
Dang.
Ooh. Holy cow! Holy cow! They're all sniffing it.
That's
Bro!
the camera is too high. But look
I
at
don't
that
even
one.
care. Those things are freaking huge. That's a massive one. Oh my
There I
gosh.
come. There was not even much on there.
Bro, they were big old bucks.
There was nothing but bucks though.
So? I don't need
That
nothing
is
but bucks
weird.
if they're there. But
There was so
that is-
many. There was like 3 or 4 different bucks.
That is kind of
They
weird
were
though.
all
Where's all the does at?
That is wild.
Did you reset
There was
it?
some nice ones though. I set it up in a different spot.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't believe there was only 32 photos.
That's so weird. How did that happen? Is this like a travel zone or something? Well, no, that
It
would
is a
make sense
travel
with
zone,
more.
Well, honestly, when I got there, I remember when I set up this camera, I set it up a little low. That's why all their faces are right up to it. Dang it. That was my fault. I reset this one up. I moved this camera when I was checking them today. And I set it up higher on a tree, angled downward more. So hopefully that
Sweet.
solved that problem, but we did get a decent amount of bucks. So yeah.
That's a great spot.
So yeah, overall, saw some decent bucks. We definitely have some prospects for this year. We're gonna have to wait to see how they grow and how they turn out, but definitely some shooters out there. So I'm pretty jacked. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at different photos. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I can't wait for season, if you guys can't tell. But we'll catch you guys on the next one.